Hi guys, welcome all. We are welcoming you all to our post-match review session of the second semi-final, which happened yesterday between South Africa and New Zealand in the ICC Champions Trophy 2025. New Zealand once again showing their class and completely outplayed South Africa yesterday in all departments. Uh, New Zealand won the toss and they chose to bat first. We thought that Lahore Gaddafi Stadium will be slightly assisting the chasing teams because Australia have chased down 350 plus in that ground, and even Afghanistan have scored 325 there, and England almost chased this down, but chased it down, and it became a close match. And even the Australia versus Afghanistan match, also Australia were chasing down Afghanistan's score of 275. So we thought that maybe chasing would be a better option in Lahore Gaddafi Stadium. But New Zealand won the toss, chose to bat first, and then they delivered an unbelievable batting performance with two centuries in their team. One century coming from Rachin Ravindra, and the second century coming from Kane Williamson. And in the end, they posted 362 for 6 in 50 overs. And chasing 363, South Africa were always behind the game. And New Zealand bowlers just kept on picking up wickets at regular intervals. Only David Miller was able to stand there and fight something for South Africa, but the other batters couldn't contribute. So in the end, South Africa couldn't chase the target down and they lost the match by 50 runs. And on courtesy this win from New Zealand, New Zealand are into the finals now and will be playing India in the Champions Trophy final on Sunday. So your thoughts?
I guess the video again got stuck. Your video again got stuck. Now am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. Yeah,
Yeah, so as Anirudh told, yes, New Zealand has become now the second team to and qualify for the finals, and it will be playing India on Sunday in Dubai. And yes, South Africa was defeated in every department, if you see, right, starting from the batting, the fantastic batting which Williamson and Rachin did, the partnership which they built, and which was further their position was cemented by the innings of Darrell Mitchell and Glenn Phillips. So once they scored they have scored more than 350. So it was always going to be a tough chase for South Africa. And then with the bowling skill of New Zealand, it was further made more tough
yeah,
because the start which South Africa expected they couldn't get. Bavuma played a bit slow in the starting power play, where I guess they could have capitalized more. Because once the run rate was more than 7, it was like very difficult, more than 8, I guess. It was very difficult for South African batters to get a boundary every over, and that too against the great bowling of Mitchell Santner, because from one end he was like really tightening the screws, and it was all like South Africa had to target from other end only because it was very difficult to hit Santner for boundaries with the control with which he bowled. And I guess this will be the most difficult thing for Indian batters also in the final.
yeah. We need to
So
we'll come to that because if New Zealand again wins the toss and bats first in the final, then maybe India might also be in trouble because New Zealand all round having a very good team actually. If you see they're batting till number 8, and also the bowling attack also they are having a mixture of fast bowlers, two full time spinners, one part time spinner, like that they are having. It's going to be
uh,
a little dangerous actually for India. But meanwhile, coming back
exactly.
to South Africa, like another semi-final they have lost. Like they are just keep on losing these knockouts. Like when can they overcome this hurdle? We are not able to see any positive signs from them.
Exactly. I don't know what happens to South Africa in knockouts. Their best players becomes the worst performers of South Africa. And if you see Janssen, I don't know how he was really bowling bad yesterday. He didn't get a wicket. His economy was high, and even Keshav Maharaj, I had so much expectations from him because once the run rate was high, it was Keshav Maharaj only who could have put the brakes on. But again, his economy was not that good, and he was wicketless. No matter Rabada and Ngidi got some wickets, but they were also thrashed. So it was fantastic batting from New Zealand because if you see initially Williamson was stuck a bit, but again Rachin Ravin's blistering knock, great knock. He not only released pressure from Williamson and allowed him to score at his pace, but he himself scored a century. So actually, Rachin can be given the credit for two centuries, for Williamson one and for his own century. Because if you see, Williamson was stuck in between. He wasn't able to play singles. I guess he played altogether like in a streak. He played 9 dot balls. And then in the next over, when Rachin got around two boundaries, I guess, and then yes, Williamson again started rotating his strike, and then once he was set, he knew he got an idea about the pace of the ball. Then it was all about Williamson, and I guess Williamson's innings were a bit. He was sticking a bit like he was not able to play flourish innings because he has come from playing from Dubai, so it was very
Yeah.
difficult for him to get acclimatized to both the conditions so quickly. But again, if you see 80 in Dubai and then now again 100 in the
Yeah.
Lahore innings, so
And definitely
Williamson
he's
has
going to
again proved, yeah,
definitely he's
why
going
he's a,
to score in the final also. Yeah.
yeah,
But
maybe. But again, the real threat comes from Rachin, I guess.
yeah, that's the thing actually. Now, Rachin Ravindra, if you see, he has scored 5 centuries in ICC events. I think that is the most by
Hmm.
any New Zealand batter in ICC events, which so early actually. Just I think this is only the third year he's playing for New Zealand, and he already has 5 centuries in ICC events. 3 centuries in that World Cup, ODI World Cup, which happened here, and now 2 centuries in this tournament. So he is going very very strong actually. He can become
And
a great
the
legend. Yeah,
exactly. And the good thing about his inning is he takes the pressure off the batting partner. So he
yeah.
allows the other guy to play at their pace freely. No pressure from his side is there because he's such a good. He plays with such a good strike rate and all those things he keeps care of. So it's like I guess Williamson must be enjoying batting with him.
Yeah, yeah. The thing is, Rachin Ravindra is a stroke maker, natural stroke maker. Like if you see most of his shots, it's just looks
Hmm.
effortless actually. The way he drives through the offside, pull shots, flick shots,
Hmm.
all those things, the clip shots, everything. He has
Uh-huh.
all the shots in his book. Like he's able to mix everything. And again, New Zealand, they do a fantastic strategy they are doing. Like first they started opening, they started well with Will Young and Ravindra. Once Will Young got out, then Ravindra and Williamson, they formed a big partnership. 165 164 run partnership between Williamson and Ravindra for the second wicket. And then Ravindra got out. And then again, Williamson and Mitchell formed another big partnership of 39 runs. Like that, they are always able to form these small, big partnership combined with small, quick partnerships. Like that, they are able to do. And once they bring it to 40 overs, last 10 overs is if Glenn Phillips is there at the crease, then he is accelerating and he is taking the score to another level. Minimum 40, 50 runs,
Exactly.
he is guaranteed from his bat in the last 10 overs.
Yeah. And I guess they will follow the same template in the final also, like just to play off 40 overs from their first fours. And then in 10 overs, you have got players like Glenn Phillips, even Santner can contribute. And then you have
Michael Brett.
uh, Tom, Tom Latham and Bristol also.
Yeah. But
So
the
they can contribute more in last
But the thing
overs.
is, it won't be easy against the Indian spinners, that too on the slow track, and particularly again on one mystery man, Bumrah of our spin bowling. If they can play him out well, Varun Chakravarti.
Huh.
Yeah,
That's really true. Like that's correct that Varun can be again a point of the difference between the two teams because Varun stands between Champions Trophy and New Zealand, we can say, because
yeah, yeah,
he is not only bowling with good economy, but he is a wicket taker. So New
yeah,
Zealand will have to play him with really great, like really care. They'll have to respect Varun. They can't slog just like what Travis Head did off Varun and tried
yeah.
to dominate him.
Yeah, Varun Chakravarti was
So
only he was the only bowler who was able to take Travis Head. Otherwise, even he was smashing everyone that day. So It's again, New
Huh.
Zealand batters will have to find a way against Varun Chakravarti. And maybe other bowlers
Exactly.
they can play out, I think.
Other bowlers they are okay, they know them very well, but Varun's bowling, Varun is like not he's not easy to read off his hand, so they'll have to read him off the track, and with that pace it becomes really very difficult.
Yeah.
So I guess we can analyze Varun in a separate video because
Yeah,
he's the, as we are calling him the new Bumrah of Indian spin bowling.
yeah,
So
spin
we can
bowling.
analyze, yeah, spin bowling, yeah.
But the thing
And
is,
again, if you, huh,
yeah, yeah. The thing is, did South Africa miss an extra spinner yesterday? Because normally in subcontinental Asian conditions, you would want to play two spinners. Like Keshav Maharaj was the only main spinner for them. Even he went for runs, 65 runs in 10 overs. And then
huh,
Aiden Markram can't be considered as a main spinner, isn't it? He's a
huh,
part-time bat. He can bat and he can also bowl. Part-time spinner. And then they are playing four fast bowlers. Everyone got hammered yesterday in South African. Even Marco Jansen was supposed to be their main fast bowler. Even he got smashed for 79 runs. So, what did South Africa miss yesterday? Maybe they could have tried Shamsi or an extra spinner they could have tried.
so again, what mattered is like their balance in the team. If Samshi would have come in, obviously they'll have to put him against Mulder, I guess. And Mulder, I guess, can bat a bit as
Yeah,
compared to Tabrez Samshi. And playing in these innings, okay, target was not very high, but yes, it was more, we can say 20 runs short and South Africa was in game. 340, 330 was could have been chased.
yeah, could have been accessible. Where
Yeah.
South African batters also fighted. It's only that Tempa Bavuma got stuck a little in the starting
Huh.
and middle.
In the power play, he could have capitalized a bit more because if you see, Rasi performed very well. Miller was obviously completed his 100, but other than like other batters, if you see Markram, Klassen, they came in a position when required run rate was very high. So
Yeah,
you can't expect every time every batsman to play. So obviously
even if the
Rickelton and Bavuma, huh,
even if the required run rate is run a ball, South Africa are known to lose. When it's that high, means you don't even need to ask it. Yeah,
obviously, if they are not winning on 30 of 30, what can you expect of South Africa? But if Rickelton and Bavuma would have given a very strong start, then obviously South Africa could have thought of chasing that down because once the wickets were also falling, they were around 200 for six when Bian Mulder got out.
yeah,
Then it was really very difficult
yeah.
because
That's the thing.
required run rate was very high. It was around he got out in 36th over, so they required around 160 runs in 14. It was more than 10. And then
Yeah,
for a new batsman to come and play with that flawlessness is really difficult.
yeah.
But yeah, Miller played good. He completed his century,
Yeah,
but
but I feel
again,
for
Miller
David
couldn't.
Miller. I feel for
Huh?
David Miller actually because every time they say like David Miller is a South African a choker who never choked. Like that they will say about David Miller because he always stands tall when other South Africans never perform in the knockouts.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why. Yeah, but I guess South Africa lost the match in first 10 overs only. The
Yeah,
intent which was missing, I don't know what Bavuma was planning, how to play, and then he got out. This is what happens if you play too slow, and then if you can't finish your innings on a high, then it brings too much pressure on the coming batsmen. We have seen this in case when India versus Pakistan when Rizwan did the same thing. He was playing too slow and then he got out.
yeah.
So it's very difficult for the new batsman.
The thing is because Bauma got into a shell, Ryan Rickleton and the batsman at the other end were feeling the pressure and they threw they had to try something unnecessarily as well, and got it.
Exactly. Rickelton was playing too good. Rickelton was playing, and if Babuma because of Babuma, Rickelton was under huge pressure that he had to hit
Yeah,
boundaries of every ball. The
yeah. That's
ball
why
on which he got
he got
out,
out. Yeah,
huh, it was a slower ball, and he was just trying to nudge past the cover region, and he got caught. So just as I said, Rachin can be credited for 2 centuries, one of Williamson and one of him.
Yeah,
Babuma can be credited for 3 wickets.
yeah, and Rachin
Rickleton,
Ravindra
his
is
own
also
wicket, and
all-round performance from Rachin Ravindra. Even with the ball, he has picked up 1 wicket yesterday.
he got a wicket. But yes, you can also blame Babuma for the wicket of Rickleton. So
Yeah,
Babuma got just like Rachin played for his team, Babuma couldn't perform for his team. And again, Babuma is not performing in the knockouts, I guess. he
yeah,
his name is all such that he's a very good player, good technique. But when it comes to perform, these guys are not performing. Like just like Babar is doing the same thing, and now Babuma. Even in Australia, if you see, you cannot see perform. Maxwell did the same thing. When performance is expected, these guys are not
these guys
performing.
are
Yeah,
not.
Maxwell has a 200, but it happens quite a number of times. Even if you see for RCB, Maxwell's innings, when the need is there, he will come and
Yeah,
slog and
he's
get
not.
out.
Yeah, blind slogging actually. Like, but at least if you see this Pakistan and all these teams, they have at least won something historically with their legendary players who were
Uh-huh.
there before. This South African team didn't win anything then, not winning anything now. Looks like not going to win anything in the future also. It's not looking good, isn't it? This way.
Yeah, exactly. Now, 2027 World Cup, it's way too long. It's 2 years, it's still 1.5 year, 2 years to go.
And they're going to
So,
host the World
because
Cup. They're
they
going to
are
host the
hosting the
World Cup.
World Cup.
Yeah.
But before that, if you see, there is a T20 World Cup, I guess.
I think T20
Maybe
World Cup
against
we will win, I think. T20 World Cup we will win because we are having the best ever T20 team. We will win. India will win the T20 World Cup because it's going to happen here. And the way Abhishek Sharma and Tilak Verma and all these people are batting, we are overwhelming favorites already, actually.
But it's too early to say. We have defeated teams, so I know we have performed against England also, but let's analyze that some other day.
Yeah.
Because it's too early to say that we will win World Cup. Because obviously Bumrah will come, Varun Chakravarti will come, and yeah,
Yeah,
we can
just imagine if Bumrah and Varun Chakravarti plays together. You have one fast bowler who can contain the runs at this end, one spinner who can pick wickets at the other end.
exactly 8 overs gone. It's about 12 overs. Go score how much you can score in 12 overs.
Yeah,
Yeah. Now coming back to this match, so if you see bowling of New Zealand, wow, great. Rachin Ravin has
yeah.
again, the Santana, wow, 3 wickets, and he just got 43 runs of. He just conceded 43 runs of 10 overs.
Yeah, they are
This is some
basically they are
fantastic
playing with
bowling.
four spinners like Michael Bracewell and Santner are their main spinners. Rachin Ravindra and Glenn Phillips batting all rounders. They are bowling and they are also bowling like main spinners actually nowadays.
Yeah, Rachin got 1 wicket. Phillips got 2 wickets. Rachin bowled with an economy of 4. Wow, 5 overs of 20 runs in a
Yeah.
run chase of
Mitchell Santner,
360.
Mitchell Santner economy rate 4.3 and Michael Bracewell economy rate 5.3.
Hmm. Now, and
And
also, we should give credit to the captaincy of Santner, the way he's rotating bowlers,
yeah,
because he has got around 28 overs with the spin bowling. On the other hand, if you see South Africa, they just bowled 14 overs with the spin bowling. Markram 4 overs and Maharaj 10 overs, and New Zealand has bowled 28 overs with the spin bowling. I guess that's the trick which South Africa was missing. As you said, they are missing one spinner.
yeah, but
Because
even
yes,
Maharaj,
spinners can.
even Maharaj got
Uh-huh.
smacked yesterday. No?
Yeah, he got smacked, but you never know if there was a spin from other end. They could have control. Maharaj was getting smacked because there was also no support from the other end. There was no pressure from the other end. If
Yeah,
any kind of pressure came, then Maharaj could have bowled better.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
so now as New Zealand march into the finals, again, if you see in the World Cup also, India couldn't.
yeah, yeah, unbeaten
It's
and went to.
Again met Australia. Australia got defeated from India, and we all know what happened. Because for me, favorites are New Zealand.
Yeah. I think your
In,
prediction will come true actually. Okay, it has come true till this time. There only one thing
hmm,
which you said didn't happen, which was you said that Afghanistan will qualify.
Afghanistan.
That thing missed out, but otherwise your prediction spot on actually.
So again, I'm predicting New Zealand, and the reason is the Dubai pitches and the spin bowling. And again, I don't see Indians playing a spin very good,
Yeah,
other
but
than KL Rahul and
the thing why I'm
uh,
saying is Indians got a scare against Bangladesh in the opening match and also got a scare against Australia, no, is it Australia C team you can call it. Even against that Australian team, Indians got a scare. So
and even against New Zealand, we were 30 for 3.
yeah,
If you
in
see,
case Shreyas Iyer didn't perform, in case Shreyas Iyer didn't bat well that match was gone.
Shreyas saved that match. And again, I don't see both the openers performing well against this kind of bowling attack of Henry and Jamieson in Villaro. Well, I'm again predicting first wicket of
Particular,
India will fall within 5 overs. I'm
yeah,
again predicting
particularly
that.
particularly on that slow pitch in Dubai. It's not a run fest pitch. It's a slow pitch. You can't
Huh.
go slam bang every ball. You can't do that. So with yesterday's
Yeah.
match, the Champions Trophy in Pakistan has got over now because the final will happen in Dubai. So yesterday's match is the
Huh.
last match of the Champions Trophy in Pakistan.
And I feel a kind of sadness of like, what can Pakistan do? They are not playing good cricket. Their geopolitical situation is really like, what to say, really in very bad. Nobody is like willing to play there. Yeah, teams came, but again the arrangement, the there was rain in a match just for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and the match got washed out. So
Yeah,
again,
yeah,
Pakistan needs to work not only on cricketing skill but also on this management kind of a thing
yeah.
because
There,
I don't
there,
know when now Pakistan will get another tournament,
yeah, and also the
another
drainage
ICC
facilities.
tournament.
Their drainage facilities were became a joke actually in that match. Like
Hmm.
just was the smallest of rains, they couldn't wipe the outfield, which was very surprising.
Yes. And imagine semi-finals and all the finals having being in Pakistan, then we could have a joint winners because even a rain of 5 minutes can would have washed off the match. And
Yeah, yeah.
even the ground staff was not willing to do that. They were just like, come on, yeah, matches come and go.
Yeah,
We'll
but in
enjoy.
2002 Champions Trophy also India and Sri Lanka shared the trophy. So similar something like
That happened that happened for 2 days. Even at that time, now if we have a like reserved a match gets restarted, match gets start from the point at which it was like it is stopped. But in that final, Sri Lanka batted, India came to bat, rains. Again next day, same thing. So
yeah.
it was very like like funny thing. But again, if you see now in Dubai, can you see India overcoming New Zealand easily?
I don't think so actually. It all depends on Varun Chakravarti again. And it all depends on the toss again. Because if India wins the toss and bats first, then maybe we can score 250, 260. We can put pressure on them and restrict them like what we did in the last match. But if they bat first, see the difference between batting first and batting second. Well, batting second, the target is there. So we need to score this many runs. From this many balls, this many runs we need to score. That pressure is there. Like only so much wickets we have to score this many runs, this many balls. But when you are batting first, it's like open-ended. You can make your decision. You can score at whatever rate you want. I mean, you will have a
Hmm.
target in mind, but you can plan your innings like there won't be a pressure of the required run rate or the number of runs needed or number of balls left. That pressure won't be there. So that's why winning the toss and batting first is very important actually in those kind of pitches.
And that too in a knockout, that too in a final. That
Yeah.
pressure is also there.
See, I tell
Uh,
you, Australia scored 264 runs against India in the semi-finals batting first. If New Zealand scores the same runs, New Zealand will win because that bowling
Definitely,
attack will
definitely.
defend it.
Definitely, yes. So obviously, if New Zealand bats first, they you got to restrict them below 240. Every run after 240 will be
Yeah, it'll be
difficult
go.
to do.
It'll be the championship trophy there. Every run that you consider above that.
And I have seen like also we have a chase master in the form of Kohli, but I guess now Kohli has performed for the tournament. He has 100, he has a 85, and
Yeah.
if you believe law of average to work, so it's all about
But
now
another
Varun
thing is,
Chakravarti playing.
New Zealand's fielding, like how they fielded against India in that match. That catch from Glenn Phillips and then Kane
Ah,
Williamson, they all took some blinders. Whereas in the Australian match, they dropped a few catches. I don't think New Zealand will drop catches like Australia. That is another area where New Zealand is actually even more stronger. Like they field like anything. So in all
and
aspects, New Zealand look way better actually.
yeah, and they also have an idea of now how the pitch performs, how the playing conditions are there in Dubai because they have played one league match and that too against India. So they are well aware of the strengths and weaknesses of India.
Yeah, it was as if
And
it is a practice match
even
for them.
before that,
That
even
match,
before that, I predicted, yeah,
it
even
was as
before
if
that, I predicted New Zealand because of the spin department of New Zealand and our weaknesses against the New Zealand.
yeah,
So let's see what happens on Sunday
yeah. We'll do a preview
because
of
now
the finals
review of finals.
which will happen on Sunday, and South Africa losing another knockout. So I think after this, they are in the World Test Championship final will come in June. South Africa are in the final in that tournament. So hopefully, I think that is the last hope for South Africa if they want to win something. If they are going to lose that World Test Championship final, then after that we don't know because they might not win anything after that. The way they are performing in
Yeah.
knockout. So hopefully,
So
luck favors them in the World Test Championship final of 2025.
yeah. So I guess that was a very nice discussion in today's match, and now we have a final, which is on Sunday. So hopefully we again get a good final, just like India versus Australia semi-final we witnessed.
Yeah.
And I have predicted New Zealand to be the win Champions Trophy. And Anirudh, what are your views on what's your prediction? India or New Zealand?
I also think New Zealand will win that.
Chalo, so we'll be seeing this, and till that time, please keep
And
liking us,
for a
sharing,
change,
subscribing, and
and for
commenting.
a
Yeah.
change, in this tournament alone, I don't know why, but I'm somehow feeling normally, generally in ICC tournaments and big World Cups, Australia are always better than any other team. But for this tournament, I'm feeling that New Zealand is actually playing like Australia. And New
Huh.
Zealand is way better than Australia in this particular tournament. What do you feel?
Yes, actually, yes, India and New Zealand were the two best teams, and this final is well justified that it is being played between the two best teams. They have shown, like in the previous series also, and even in the Champions Trophy also, with the performances which they have done. Obviously, India and New Zealand have been the best team of the this tournament so far.
Yeah.
And let's hope we see a very good final. Both teams fighting till the last. Let's see, and let's expect this that we get a very good semi-final,
And
get
both,
very good final,
well, yeah, and both
and
of us have predicted New Zealand to win. So let's see.
uh, let's see. And now, any you can make you can wrap up the video with making the request to our like the viewers.
Yeah, so this completes our review session of yesterday's match. South Africa have been very, very unlucky in all these tournaments. Like this drought has been going on forever. Hopefully, this suffering which South Africa are going through, hopefully it can end in June by winning that World Test Championship. I sincerely pray for that to happen because another thing is that Pat Cummins will be the captain of Australia in the World Test Championship final. And Pat Cummins has already won the World Test Championship and also won the ODI World Cup and also the Border Gavaskar Trophy and Ashes. So since he has won everything, I feel maybe he can fumble that particular match, that finals, because winning back-to-back World Chess Championships is not that easy. So maybe Australia can also fumble, but I hope that South Africa can win that one because I want them to win something and at least have their moment of celebration, which they have been missing for all these years. So on that note,
They should win something in our lifetimes.
yeah, yeah, that's correct, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so on that note, let's hope that I'm sure that God would have planned something for them. So surely they will win something, I guess. They are coming so close every time, but unfortunately, luck is not by their side. So let's see. They will win, I guess. We'll hope for the best.
Yeah.
So on that note, congratulations to New Zealand to making it to the finals. And now it's going to be a big, big final between India and New Zealand. New Zealand have always been haunting India in ICC tournaments. So we need to see whether New Zealand will haunt India this time also, or whether India will be able to overcome the New Zealand challenge. But both of us have predicted New Zealand to win. So let's see how it goes. On that note, let's sign off for today. We'll meet again for the preview of the India versus New Zealand finals. So until then, take care, guys. Cheers and goodbye.
Goodbye.